everyone. I'm Arayeh. I'm a mindful living conscious parenting educator and speaker. Today, I'm with my dear friend Timi O'Malley, who has authored the book Consuming Love: The Joy of Sharing Meals. This memoir advocates mindful eating practices. She's here to share more about her book. Hi,
Thank you
Timi.
for having me, Arayeh. It's
You're
great.
welcome.
Thank you. Consuming Love is a memoir of my quest to learn to love. I've traveled around the world, and sitting at the table with others has taught me more about myself than any other activity throughout my life. In fact, when I am actually present with people at the table, I'm able to give love in incredible ways and receive love as well. So, the joy of sharing meals, consuming love, the joy of sharing meals, is about learning to be present with those that you're with at the table. The book was actually inspired because I'm in the food business industry. I spend a lot of time in restaurants, and I'm finding it very disturbing how we're habitually distracted from spending quality time with those that we're at the table with. I see people are more attached to their devices than they are actually in spending time with the person that is across the table from them. So I was inspired to share these stories. My life has changed in innumerable, profound ways when I actually spend quality time sharing meals with others.
That is beautiful, Timi. What is the significance of the cover page?
Well, actually, this was actually really fun to create. I don't actually have the book yet, it's in production. Um, but the idea came from the concept that we all offer a unique flavor. And when combined, the composition can be quite beautiful. So the idea was to create a food mandala to represent that when we can be fully present and accepting of those that we're with, that we can love them and the composition is beautiful. So I got together with a couple of girlfriends and we chopped and we sliced and we diced and we just sort of intuitively put together a food mandala. That evening we created one of fruit and one of vegetables. Both were very beautiful, but ultimately I was drawn to the shape of the hearts in this design. So the food mandala, again, it's really a representation of how we each offer a very unique flavor, and we're all perfect just the way we are.
That is so beautiful, and we dismantle it by eating it.
We ate it afterwards, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So, what is the significance of the title of the book?
Well, consuming love is very specifically in the active tense. I believe that love exists in the present moment, and it always exists. And really, um, when we're really with each other, that is what love truly is. I've come to recognize that the act of love is simply being with someone or something. And that can be with ourselves or with those that we're with or with plants, energetically, to be present with somebody, mindfully present with somebody. You're allowing an exchange of energy that is not involved in worry about the future or um, regretting about anything in the past or creating judgment about what you think something or someone should be. You're actually just being with them and allowing them to express themselves in whatever way they choose to at the time. And the exchange of energy that happens at the table, we're sharing, at the basic level, we're sharing food. We're nourishing ourselves with the food. But when we can be truly present with each other at the table, we allow for a creative energy exchange that is completely nourishing. So, consuming love is in the present tense for a reason, because in this present moment, I believe that nothing else exists other than love. That love is the foundation of all there is in this present moment. So, the book advocates for putting our devices aside and being with those that we're with at the table so that we can have this very nourishing exchange and we can thrive from that. We need to make that more of a habit, make it part of your everyday experience, and you will feel better.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's so much good advice for parents, right? at this time and age with all these devices and the
Oh,
kids all
I
on it.
agree. I had um, teenagers in our household at the time when cell phones became very popular, and I watched the progression of us all being sort of habitually attached to those devices, and it did impact our time together at the table. And so I'm sort of shifting away from that and wanting to create more of a daily experience of just really being with those that you're with. And when you're in a restaurant experience, it's also interesting because chefs have put a lot of time and effort and energy into creating this wonderful food. I know when I cook for my family, I've put a lot of time and energy and love into the food as well. And we want that to be fully experienced and appreciated and enjoyed while you're at the table instead of just eating mindlessly, being distracted by something that's on a cell phone or a device that's going to be there when you're done. You might as well just enjoy the food and have a good conversation with the people that you're with.
Yes. So you nourish your body and soul at the same time.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Beautiful. So there's so much anxiety right now. How can sharing meals with others help alleviate these stressful emotions?
It's a great question. I think it's something that, if you look at it, what are the stressful emotions and the anxieties about? Oftentimes they're about things that are not necessarily true in this moment, or we get emotionally involved in the news or in stories that don't impact us in any way, but we get worked up about it. In this present moment, everything is perfect. There is nothing to be anxious about. And so I believe, and I've experienced this on multiple occasions, that if we are truly present and in the moment and mindfully aware of everything that's going on around us in this moment, anxiety and stress melts. You feel lighter, more vibrant, and ready to truly be who you are, which is not wrapped in stress and anxiety. It's really just being who you are right now. And
Fantastic.
yeah, and it's so important for us to relearn that perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So one of the parameters in mindfulness is mindful eating, and you're just tapping into that, using eating as a way to become present to this moment.
Exactly. And there's some real simple practices that we can implement when we're at the table. The first, as I encourage everybody, is to put the device aside while you're eating. Just put it aside. Anything and everything on that device can wait until after you're done eating. And then really be present with the person that you're sharing with. This is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to share love, right? To give love and to receive love if you're truly present with somebody. So you want to take full advantage of that opportunity. And what I like to do as often as possible is remember to come back to the breath. When you put your attention on your heart space and you pay attention to your breath, you inhale deeply and exhale. And it's very simple. It's inhaling love and exhaling gratitude. And in that moment, you're present. And some people ask me sometimes, they say, how do I put my attention on my heart space? Well, it's really as simple as paying attention. So let me give you another example. If you're at a table with somebody and you're feeling anxious or something and you want to come back to the present moment, a very simple technique also is to put your hands on the table and tap each finger on the table in sequence. And in that moment, that reminds you that you are here right now and this is what you're focusing on. You're putting your attention on your fingers in this particular case. When you want to put your attention on your heart space, you can oftentimes put your hand on your heart, and that brings attention to your heart space. Sometimes you don't want to do that if you're with somebody you don't know very well and you just want to be regular, and you simply just place your attention in that space. That has the scientifically proven result of bringing you into the present moment, bringing you into present moment awareness, and it actually activates your hormonal response in your body. The more time and attention you spend in your heart space and paying attention to your breath, it helps align the energy centers in your body to be more receptive and open and relaxed, and that is nourishing in and of itself. So both are very simple practices that you can put into use anytime, anywhere, but they're very helpful at the table.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
So I use this every morning for 1 minute, but I never knew about that. This is amazing. I'm gonna teach it to my kids.
It's anybody can do it, right?
Yes.
When you know
Love
that you're not fully present and aware in this moment, you're somewhere else. You're worrying about something, or you just tap on the table.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Pull yourself
that's
to
right.
the present.
That's right.
Which of the stories you shared is your favorite?
Okay, well, there's another thing of putting favorites in it, right? I'm not gonna. I love all the stories. Here I am. I'm loving again. Yes, it's true. Uh, they're all so unique. It's like I can't say that I love one type of breakfast food more than another type of breakfast food. I like to mix it up and share it up, and so all of the stories are very unique, and all of the stories are shared because they've taught me so much about myself. And many of those meals that I shared with others around the world, um, that experience in many cases changed my life in ways that were very unpredictable. And so that's why I think there's real value in taking the time to get to know people, being with them, speaking about your heart's desires and maybe your fears and your struggles, because we're here to support each other. Because ultimately, I believe that we're all from the same source energy of love. And when we allow that love into our experience, then miraculous things unfold. And I really believe that each of those experiences were a true gift. And I'm sharing them with you to hopefully inspire you to create more of these experiences yourself, and to maybe ponder of how many times in your life have your shared meal experiences been really profound to you and made you feel fantastic. And so we want to encourage more of that. So there you go.
Fantastic. So, what is the main message of this beautiful book you're trying to convey in this book?
Well, it sort of changed as I wrote the book. The message changed. It came through me. I didn't start with an outline of what the message was going to be. And ultimately, after I shared all the stories, I realized that each of us craves love. We want love and we want to be loved. We want to give love and we want to be loved. And the stories really, they demonstrate very clearly that when we can accept people without judgment, without analyzing, if we can just be with others and be with ourselves in the same way, that's where true love really does blossom and thrive. And it's available to us all the time if we just allow it. We're all divine creatures. I believe that we are all sourced from the same love, and that love is really, really all there is, and it's really all that matters. So if we put more of our attention on the caring, the supportive, the loving environment that we all crave, then we create what we want more of in this world. And that's why I'm so wanting us to have more and more of these experiences where we open our arms, open our doors, set the table, and allow anyone who wants to come to be, so that we can offer our love and receive the love they have to offer as well.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. So, where can people buy a book?
Well, it's going to launch December 8th, so you'll be able to buy it on Amazon on December 8th or afterwards. So thank you so much for your time, and I really hope you enjoy these stories. And my hope is also that you create more love in your life, and that you get more love in your life, and that you are very, very blessed and be well.
Thank you so much, Timi.
Thank you, sweetheart.